Can an open-source local model compete with one of the newest cloud AI models? Today I'm giving both GLM 5.2 and Qwen3 35B the exact same challenge. Build a complete FlightRadar-style web application from a single prompt. No edits, no retries, just one prompt and whatever they generate. For this test, both models receive the exact same requirements. They need to create a flight radar-inspired application with an interactive map, moving aircraft, flight information panels, smooth animations, and a modern user interface. The goal isn't to make a production-ready flight radar clone. It's to see which model creates the most impressive result from a single prompt. First up is GLM 5.2 running on its own platform. Here's the prompt. Create a modern flight radar-inspired web application. Include an interactive world map, aircraft moving in real time, aircraft rotation based on heading, flight details on click, a dark aviation dashboard, responsive design, and smooth animations. Everything must be contained inside a single HTML file. Now let's send it and see what GLM builds. Next is Qwen3 35B running locally through Claude Code. Same prompt, same requirements. The only difference is that this model is running entirely on my machine. This is interesting because local models have improved dramatically over the past year, and many developers are wondering whether they're finally good enough to replace cloud models for projects like this. While Qwen is generating the project, I'll speed this part up. No modifications, no manual fixes, just the raw output from the model. All right, Qwen has finished. Let's take a look. Right away, the interface looks surprisingly polished. We have a dark theme, moving aircraft, and a clean dashboard layout. The aircraft animations are smooth, and clicking on individual planes reveals additional flight information. The map design is simple but effective. Performance also feels quite responsive, considering everything was generated from a single prompt. There are definitely areas that could be improved. Some elements feel more simulated than realistic, and the overall experience doesn't quite match a professional flight tracking application. But for a local model generating everything automatically, this is honestly impressive. If I needed a quick prototype, I could absolutely use this as a starting point. Now for GLM 5.2. Immediately, the first thing I notice is the visual presentation. The interface feels more refined and more complete. The map has better overall structure, the information panels feel more intentional, and the aircraft interactions look more polished. Animations are smoother, and the application feels closer to something you might actually find online. Clicking through different aircraft gives a more consistent experience, and overall, the design language feels stronger. What impressed me most is how well GLM interpreted the prompt. Instead of only implementing the requested features, it also made design decisions that improved the user experience. That said, both models completed the challenge successfully. Neither completely failed. The difference comes down to polish, attention to detail, and how finished the final product feels. So which model wins? For this flight radar challenge, I'd give the edge to GLM 5.2. The final result feels more polished, more complete, and more visually impressive. But Qwen3 35B deserves a lot of credit here. Considering it's running locally and generated a fully functional application from a single prompt, the result is surprisingly strong. Let me know in the comments which one you think did better.